Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be reacting to this video produced by CNBC saying that Sam Altman, which for those who don't know, he is the CEO of OpenAI, it's the app that we use for ChatGPT, hints that there's AI's next major breakthrough is within reach. First off, let's go ahead and play this. I saw like the first 15 seconds of it, so I kind of have an understanding of what this is about, but we need to speak about this publicly, and I'm going to be sharing some information after it. So let's go ahead and break this down.
According to recent online posts from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, one of the most meaningful AI breakthroughs may be coming faster than most people would believe. Deirdre Bosa has more on what it could mean for the AI race in today's Tech Check. These are some interesting comments, Dee.
Yeah, and Carl, you are referring to AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. It is really the holy grail of AI. And Altman is essentially planting his stake in the ground, defining that critical milestone in his own terms, and announcing that OpenAI will be first. Over the weekend, in a blog post, he wrote, "We are now confident we know how to build AGI as we have traditionally understood it."
All right, so I need to pause this here because this is very, very serious. Just literally the last 2-3 videos of mine, which are right here, we were kind of talking about this thing that's coming, this future where AI is super powerful, and it's really taken a lot of opportunity from people like me and you out there in the workforce, people like customer service agents, people who are maybe working in different hospitality type industries, kind of like the basics to people who operate business. If you own a restaurant, you need a server. You need somebody who's going to take down the order. You need somebody who's going to do the cooking, right? You need somebody to do the cleaning. These things can be replaced. Now, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence. And a general intelligence is something that could generally do anything. ChatGPT is not an AGI. It is a narrow AI, and it is a language learning model. So for anybody who's aware, what ChatGPT can do currently is that it can communicate with you. And it's so sufficient in communication that it could also help you solve your problems. It could also help make an image for you, draw an image for you using DALL-E. It could, maybe even code for you. It even has gotten to the point now where OpenAI has implemented voice, right? So it can speak with you, things like that. If you have a ChatGPT on your phone, you could hit that little voice button and you can have literally a conversation with the AI. Although that may seem like artificial general intelligence, it's not. It's a narrow AI because it's an expert, or it has expertise in one domain. It can't, kind of fry your egg for you. It can't build your house for you. It can't go, cook a chicken for you. It can't do those things, but it can communicate with you. So that's why it's narrow currently. But really, they've kind of have their, a nail in the wall here, because they have this system, which is the very first system to building a true AGI. You think about artificial general intelligence, the first thing it has to do is to be able to communicate with its master. And effectively, its master is us, the user. Now, that's hopefully if the AI doesn't turn on us, which God only knows what's going to happen in the future. But the point is that this is the first step. Like I said, a lot of people are not taking this seriously. You have to take this very seriously. There's an even scarier part that the woman says here, which I'm not even going to say it. Let's just go ahead and play it, and we'll commentate about it.
This week feature, he predicts that AGI will, quote, probably get developed during the president's term. Now, a lot of qualifiers in those statements, though, as we understood it, probably get developed, which speaks to AGI's controversial status in Silicon Valley. The concept is largely theoretical, and it's definitely...
So notice what she said here. This is very, very interesting how she communicated this. She says, this is the quote that Sam Altman says. He says, "I think AGI will probably get developed during this president's term." Now, she kind of harped on the word probably. When Sam Altman says AGI is going to get developed, I know and you know that he has the capability of developing it. He absolutely does. The reason why he says probably is because there could be a situation where government comes into play and says, no, we're not going to allow this. And there could even be some sort of committee or commission that will either approve a certain AI in the market or will disapprove a certain AI in the market. And this is if AI tends to get more strenuous on our world. And when I say strenuous, I really mean on the financial markets, on people's lives. But like I said, the government usually is very, very slow to issues like this, or just issues that affect lots of people. And a lot of people, unfortunately, have to get affected before any kind of change comes in. So when you look at an AGI, what is an AGI going to do? If you have an assistant, you might not need an assistant anymore. You just get an AGI, one of those like robots that they make, right? There are companies already developing this, okay? That can do pretty much everything. You needed to clean up your desk for you, boom, it will clean up your desk. You needed to go wash your car for you, it will wash your car. You needed to pick up your kids from school, it will do that. It will do literally anything. Now, for it to be developed, he's saying that it will be developed, meaning in production. Now, he never said launch. He never said sell. But this is giving you like a mental mind frame of a spectrum of an idea of how far this thing is going to take. Our lives, guys, can literally completely change. We can live in a completely different world in sub 10 years from now. He said during the president's term is 4 years, and it's about to start in the next couple of days here. So in 4 years, the technology is going to exist. It might not be released by then, but it is going to exist. And you have to think, in between from now till then, right, how much other AIs are going to be developed by other companies that are going to put people out of work. And also, technically, put people out of business. Because what happens is with AI, it's not so much right now about the AI itself, but it's about who's controlling the AI that's putting people out of business. So just to put things into consideration, people who use the strategies that we have taught in this YouTube channel with stock photography and all the different stock photography videos, we're using AI to do that. And it's actually pretty insane what we can do. But we can produce the same amount of effort of 100 photographers. If you gave 100 photographers 24 hours to go out there and shoot photos, we can do the same amount of work in a matter of a few hours with literally a few minutes of effort. All you have to do is go on a computer, set a few settings, set a few buttons, and walk away from the computer. And we would have the exact same amount of effort produced. That is insane. That is literally insane. And also, not to mention, a fraction of the cost. All of those photographers are going to all have like $4,000, $5,000 cameras, $2,000 cameras, heck, maybe even a $900 camera if you want to be generous, and cut things a little bit downward in pricing. But literally, it would cost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to fulfill that. But we, with a small subscription price to a couple softwares, we could do the same work that hundreds of photographers can do in a matter of a day, right? Competition-wise, 1 versus 100, 1 versus 1,000. And this just goes to show how essentially we are putting people out of business, technically, because we're super succeeding in a certain industry. It's unheard of that an individual in the stock photography world can go out there and create 4,000 images in 1 month. It's unheard of. That's not possible just 2 years ago. But there's a lot of people in the stock photography world who are doing the exact same thing today. They're going out there like a normal photographer, trying to shoot, trying to figure things out. A month could go by and they might have only 30 photos published. We could do that in literally 10 minutes. So the point here is not even 10 minutes, honestly, like 10 seconds, because you can get an AI tool to tag and title for you and all that. But I digress. The point is that AI is absolutely coming. If you're not on the chopping block now, you might be in the future, including me. You guys are not the only one. That's why I'm preparing for this right here, right now. I typically like to prepare early for these kinds of things. Let's just keep listening to the video because I didn't hear anything past this. I didn't watch anything past this.
Developed, which speaks to AGI's controversial status in Silicon Valley. The concept is largely theoretical and its definition is fluid and
Notice how she's mentioning largely theoretical, controversial. She's kind of alluding to this idea that it may or may not exist in the future. That's why she said probably. She harped on the word probably. But also, importantly, she's also saying controversial, meaning it would only be controversial if it existed. It wouldn't matter to you if it didn't exist. You wouldn't feel the grunt of it if it didn't exist. And so if it's controversial, that means it exists. And it would only be controversial if it existed, and it would only be problematic if it existed.
Some seeing it as a milestone where AI systems reach human-level abilities in specific areas. Others argue that it involves surpassing human intelligence entirely. Now, recent advances in AI reasoning, like those seen in OpenAI's O3 model, they're fueling this debate by showing early signs of broader intelligence. And that has really shifted the conversation from if AGI will happen to when. And it's given rise to the...
Yeah, I'm on the side of when. I'm not on the side of if. If government doesn't come in to slow this thing down or at least stop it, I think it's going to come to fruition very soon. I think it's going to come to fruition sooner rather than later. I'm not one of these people that think if. I am definitely a matter of thinking when. I think it will happen. I don't know if you guys agree or you think the same. Please let me know. But I definitely think it's a matter of when, not if.
Milestone, super intelligence, or ASI. And just like Altman and OpenAI were first to...
So the AI superintelligence, when that comes to fruition, is that singularity or is that after singularity? Who knows? But the singularities, I mean, that's going to be scary too. I mean, let's be honest. That's kind of scary, so...
This big Gen AI moment with ChatGPT about 2 years ago now, Altman is getting into position to brand AGI and ASI in the consumer mindset. Doing so, though, it will complicate its relationship with its biggest stakeholder and partner, Microsoft. Under their agreement, the megacap loses access to OpenAI's technology when the startup reaches AGI. Where that stands today, though...
Which this is exactly aligning with everything that's going on very slowly. If you see what's developing, what she's saying here right now, guys, is she's saying that Microsoft, which is the partner of OpenAI currently, they're utilizing OpenAI's data. They're utilizing their source, meaning their source code, things like that. They're utilizing this data, and they're including it in their products. Like if you create a Microsoft account, you can actually use DALL-E for free within the account, things like that. What she's talking about, and this is where it becomes a problem, is if ChatGPT or if OpenAI kind of takes this route, what's going to happen is they're not going to democratize this software tool. They're obviously going to utilize it and sell it, and they're going to probably cut ways with Microsoft. If that does happen, or not if that does happen, but when that happens, if you rewind the clip, not literally in the video, but I mean in real life, if you do a rewind about a year or 2 or 3 before, currently, as of today, OpenAI is currently in a place where it is preparing for a public IPO, for a stock public release. If that happens, guys, then we'll be able to invest in the very thing that is going to essentially be the end of all of us. And when I say the end, I don't mean necessarily death. I mean the end of our financial freedom for most people. We're talking about over 90% of people, 80% of people, at least in the near future. So, I mean, that's a big deal. There's benefits, there's pros, there's cons. This is, like I said, this is very serious. And it's only a matter of time until this happens. And in between... from now until then, when this whole thing goes wild, a lot of people are going to suffer in between, which is exactly why I say you got to get ready now. You got to get started now. You got to get serious now, building other sources of income right here, right now, because those things can potentially save you. You might not believe it, but it can. I produced this video right here, Post AI Takeover, Money-Making Strategies for Financial Freedom. If you didn't see this video, I'll leave a link in the description to it if you want to watch it. These are just some suggestions on different ways that you can produce an income here in the future before the whole AI takeover that you can kind of start building from now and kind of get going so that when the AI takeover comes into play, you don't feel the grunt of it as much. You might lose your job, but at least if you have some other source of income that can be helping you, that can definitely cushion the fall per se. All right, so let's keep listening.
Clear, the information has reported that they redefined the milestone as AI systems that can generate at least $100 billion in profits. Now, that would be a long way off, especially as Altman tweeted over the weekend as well that they're losing money on OpenAI Pro subscriptions. The FT, meanwhile, has reported.
Well, let's be clear here, okay? Nobody loses money for fun or for the sake of it. There's an ulterior motive here. The reason, if it's true that he's truly losing money on OpenAI subscriptions, first of all, he's not really losing money. The guy is rich. I mean, the guy was just seen the other day in a $3 million Koenigsegg vehicle driving. So he's not like he's losing money. What's really happening is it's the cost to train the AI data. All of this data, all of the people, like when ChatGPT released for free, the reason why it was released is so that people can train it, meaning use it. And they can use that data for training. So it's not really that it's losing the data. It's not really that it's free or that it's losing money. They're doing this as a training mechanism, right? They have to, because that's the only way they're going to expand the power of their AI. And AI is trained off of billions and trillions of points of data, and that's how it can improve. It can improve in conversation. It can improve in all kinds of things. So let's keep going.
OpenAI is looking to ditch the AGI clause with Microsoft altogether so that it might be able to unlock more investment needed, presumably, to reach AGI and ASI. Now, we reached out to OpenAI this morning. We haven't heard back yet. But while that is negotiated, Altman, he is wasting no time jumping on the next AI milestone, superintelligence. This is an AI system that surpasses human intelligence in virtually every field, including creativity and decision-making, problem-solving. It's a term that we've heard more publicly from SoftBank's Masayoshi-san, who always thinks in the biggest, most ambitious scale possible. But now you got Altman and OpenAI positioning themselves as leaders in that vision, which is smart from him. He did that with generative AI and ChatGPT. It looks like he's now sort of lining things up for that next milestone.
All right, so the video is pretty much over, but I wanted to kind of jump into this concept that you said, AI superintelligence that is far beyond the intelligence of a human being. So, things like taking in, let's just say there's a concept of like somebody's asking the AI, hey, I want to know how I can improve my health. Should I be drinking hydrogen water, for example? In a matter of seconds, AI will be able to, or the AI, whatever you want to call it, superintelligence, will be able to study in or read studies, take in studies, hundreds, if not thousands of studies or whatever studies exist on hydrogen water, see if they're actually impactful, compare the analytics, compare the data, do mental calculations, and actually figure out if it's beneficial or not. And then in real time, tell the individual if it actually is beneficial. Versus, if you ask a ChatGPT right now, the ChatGPT will tell you, oh, it may be beneficial. Some people say it's this, some people say it's that. Some studies indicate that this, some studies indicate that, but it can't really provide you a solution. The interesting thing is that in artificial superintelligence, it will take things a step beyond, not just making the actual decision, but it could literally start doing its own research. It could start doing its own problem solving, and it could actually start theorizing by itself, starting figuring things out by itself, having ideas by itself, which is why it's actually such a wild card and very, very hard to control. Who knows what the outcome could be? If AI at that point, superintelligence, got a whiff of human beings potentially wanting to turn it off because of the amount of damage that it could produce, God only knows what kind of AI revolution can occur. I mean, literally, it could be like one of those movies where the robots start thinking for themselves, Terminator style, start ending anybody who steps in their way. I mean, I heard that story that Elon Musk talked about before where he said, an AI murdering every human being will be exactly like when people are bulldozing a property and there's an anthill and the bulldozer literally just walks over the anthill without even noticing it. it's not. It doesn't even matter where we are the ants and AI is the bulldozer. They're not even going to notice us. They're just going to literally kill all humans off the face of the earth. Which I'm a Christian, so technically I don't believe in that, output. But hey, it could cause a lot of damage. I don't know what. Like I said, nobody really knows what's going to happen, guys, in these next 5 to 6 years. But we're going to get hints of it in the next 2 years. This year is going to be quintessential, really. It's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be scary, for sure. But all we can do is prepare. And speaking of preparation, you guys see this video? This video, I'm almost done publishing it. This is a video I'm releasing for the members. As you guys know, I have a members area here on this YouTube channel. And I am releasing an entirely new way that I've never spoken about on this channel, not once before, to make money with AI. I can't talk about it here. It's kind of similar to AI image generation, but it's not images. It's something completely different. And dare I say that the opportunities to make money are more plentiful. Maybe not as readily available, maybe not as easy, but it's much, much more plentiful, potentially. I made a 35-minute video showing pretty much every aspect of it, and I'm releasing this video, I think today, like right now. On the once it's done, I just have to create the thumbnail and all that. You guys know how it is. But yeah, I'm going to be releasing it today. So if you guys are members, go watch that video. Go tap into the members area and check it out. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, let me know your thoughts on this whole artificial superintelligence, artificial general intelligence, Sam Altman. Are you guys gonna be invested if it hits IPO? Are you gonna be invested in Nvidia, which is also gonna be using it? Who knows? Or excuse me, other way around. They probably using Nvidia's chips to run their systems. But hey, all I can say is thank you guys for watching. By the way, I appreciate all the love in the comments. You guys know I feel like a new YouTuber or something because I'm coming back after a matter of months. And those period of months that I was gone, I was kind of like making 1 or 2 videos a month, 3 videos, if that, 4 videos at max. And that's not me. I like to create a lot of content, and genuinely, I enjoy creating content. So, hey, who knows what's going to happen? All I could do is wish for the best and say a prayer. But you guys let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out. Bye.